Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Okay, folks, welcome to my 11th class. Right, let's have a look at pie charts. So what we're doing today, we're going to be looking at interpreting pie charts and percentage pie charts and okay, we happy? Right. Let's look at this first question here. It says this pie chart shows the types of dogs entered in a dog show. There were 80 dogs altogether. Okay, so I found them up in this. Okay, now let's have a look. Okay, some students are getting excited. Now, if you have 80 dogs all together, now in this pie chart, we can see quite clearly that half of the dogs are collies. So half of 80 will be 40. So we can start filling things in. 40. Now, if you half a half, you get a quarter, and a quarter is corgis. So a half of 40 is 20. And as we can see, if you half the 20, we get
10. And 10 again.
Okay, so this fraction here is called a half. This fraction here is called a quarter. And these fractions here are called eighths. So we have very quickly interpreted the information onto here. Question says now, how many corgis were in the dog show? So the answer is 20. So you can see that from the graph over here. Yeah? What fraction of the dogs were spaniels, which we've just worked out? We said it was 1/8. How many of the dogs were either collies or poodles? What does the word "or" mean here? It means that we have to add them. Good. Collies or poodles? How many were collies?
40.
And how many were poodles?
10. 50.
So the answer for that question is 50. Okay, do you have any more questions on that question? No. Let's move straight across to the other question over here. This next question, let's change color for this one. The pie chart shows the colors of 120 cars parked in a car park. So here's the key number, 120. Now, if you look at this pie chart here, what can we see are the sections? How many sections do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So each half is divided into 4. So we've got 4 pieces and another 4 pieces. That makes 8 pieces. Each one's worth 1/8. Lovely. So this piece here is 1/8. This one's 2/8. This one here is 2/8. And this one is 3/8. Here we can see that from the notches 1, 2, 3. Now, if you want to work out 2/8, 2/8 is also the same as 1/4. So what's 1/4 of 120? Which is 120 divided by 4, which is 30. So we can quite quickly say that's 30. And we said the red is going to be half of that because it's 1/8. So that will be 15. And green is same as blue, it's 2/8. That is also 30. Now this one's worth 3 parts. Look here, 1, 2, 3. So that will be 45. Beautiful. Okay. Now if you add all these numbers up, it should give you 120. Now what I want you to do here is to draw a bar chart. So let's quickly draw a bar chart then with those values. You can if you want. So how many was it for white?
45.
Okay, 45. Okay, and for blue was?
30.
Okay, and for red was?
15.
Okay, yours should be straight on the lines. Mine aren't. No, not there. The lines are here. Okay, that's good. Ikra, you've done a nice graph there. And what was the last one for green? 30. Okay, are we happy with that? Okay, for the classwork, you can do it freehand, but obviously when you do for homework, you must use proper ruler. Are we happy to have you interpret the pie chart? Yes?
Yeah.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Okay, that looks like the same one. I give you one second. Don't want that one. Okay, wait for a second while it loads up. Here we go. Alright, can we find this question, please? It's there on the bottom of the page. Lovely. Okay, let's just move the paper question around a bit so we can focus it on the page. We get the maximum. Okay, right. I think that's for the moment. Right, okay, just give me one moment while I just kind of No, I think I'm gonna have to change the size. I can't fit on.
Can I just?
Okay, so this question here, if you look at it, okay, let's go bushes, that's lovely, size. Okay, right. So it says state the number of cars, white cars, blue cars, red cars, and green cars. That's from the previous question. So what goes here then? What goes here?
45 white cars.
And then?
30 blue cars, 15 red cars, and 30 green cars. Okay.
Okay, lovely. Now, let's look at this question over here now. Now, if we have a percentage pie chart below, what should the full circle be worth? It is percentage 100%. So, for example, here we go. Let's put this down here. On a percentage pie chart, 100% is what will be the inside of the pie chart. So, if you add up all these numbers here, look at the screen, please. If you add up all the numbers here, that should give us a total of 100%. Now, if you look over here, what is they divided into? You're missing a little bit here. There you go, I'll draw that in for you. Ha, it's cut off. Okay, now, the first one is sport is 25%. Can anybody tell what fraction would that be? 25%?
A quarter.
Beautiful. Okay, let's do that one first. Let's get a line. Get the red line. So from here, we're going to go to there. And from here, we're going to go to? Okay, right. Okay, would everybody be happy? That's a quarter.
Yeah.
Now, how many pieces do we have in that quarter? How many pieces? How many slots?
1, 2, 4.
4 slots. Okay. If you divide a quarter into 4 slots, you get 16. Okay, but don't worry about that at the moment. Now, let's look at each question compared to the previous. Next one. So let's have a look. The next one is 12.5%. Now, 12.5%, Musab, is half of 25%. So if 25% was 4 pieces, then 12.5% will be 2 pieces. So that's going to be a quarter. That's going to be 1/8, and that will be 2 pieces. So let's draw 2 pieces. So let's get the line, and let's do history. Done. Okay. The next one. The next one is 50%. Now 50% is going to be how much of the pie chart? Half. Okay, half. Right. Half of it will be how many pieces? 8 pieces. 8 pieces. Let's do half. For the half one, I'm going to do it in a black. Okay, let's get a line. Are we watching, folks? Are we happy?
Yeah.
That's half. Lovely. Can you see that's half there?
Yeah.
Black on the bottom, please, yeah? Okay, beautiful. Good. Mr. Bilal, can you focus, please, yeah? That's good. Now, the next one is 6.25%. What do you realize about 6.25% Moise compared to 12.5? It is half of that. So 12.5% was how many pieces? 2. So 6.25 will be how many pieces? 1 piece. 1 piece. Okay. So let's put the last one in. Let's get the line in. Quickly draw it in.
There's a black one.
There we go. Done. You do freehand for now. Now we need to label them up. Can you label yours up, please, quickly? You've already labeled them as well?
Yeah.
Well done, Mr. Bilal. Okay, well done. Okay, the first one was sport, history. What's this one?
Music.
Science was there.
Science and then music. Music and arts. Done.
Music. Art. Okay, are we happy that have you understood this question?
Yeah.
Beautiful. Let's move on to the next question. It's loading. Okay, folks, give it a moment. Okay. Right, can we turn to this page, this question, please? This is the percentage question. Okay, Mr. Bilal, please follow us, yeah? Okay, the pie chart below shows the favorite subjects of 200 children in year 6. Okay. What time is it? No, what time is it?
That's a very good only have 19.
19. The pie chart below shows the favorite subject of 200 children in year 6. If I can find my there is. Now, as you can see, let's have a quick look at what we're dealing with here. We got 42%. Remember, this is the percentage pie chart. 20% and 23%. As a quick question, what should the pie chart add up to all together? 100. Okay. So let's add them up. So we got 42, add 20, the bar, we add them up. So what does that give us so far, folks?
62. No, it doesn't.
So that gives what?
85.
85. So what's left over then? Beautiful. So if you quickly work out that the maths should be worth 15%. Are we happy with that?
Yeah.
So it all must be 100. We add them up and we minus it from 100 gives you that. It says there what percentage said maths was their favorite, and we just worked that out. 15. Well, I don't know what they got that for. 50%. That's my answer. Next question. It says how many students said English was the favorite? Now remember, look at the question. Not what percentage. How many students?
I know.
I am Mr. Sabr. So study English. So let's have a look. English was how much percent? 20%. So we got to work out 20% of the original students, which was how many? 200. Now, I want somebody to give me the technique. I don't want the answer, the technique. Okay, Lishpa, what do we do?
You work at 10%.
Okay, so we work out, first of all, 10% of 200, which is, we work out by dividing by 10. So 10% of 200 is
20.
equal to 20. And then what do we do with the 10%? We double it, and that will give us 40, which is worth then 20%. So the answer for B is, okay, you put yours in your box. I can't see my box at the moment. I'll just write it here. 40, what's it, 40 children, yeah? Are you happy with that? So done, yeah? Musab, are you happy?
Yeah.
Folks are back, Rihanna, are you happy? Okay, good. Next page. See me, Mom, while you just loads up. Okay, can you see this question? Let's make it a little bit bigger. Okay, is that too big? We'll just move around a bit. No, that's okay, that's good. You're good to go on that one. Okay. Yeah. Right. If 3/8 of the pupils who said English was their favorite subject are girls, how many girls does this represent? Now, first of all, can somebody remind me, because I can't see the page anymore, how many were girls? So how many were English? How many said English one? 40. So we've got to work out 3/8 of 40. So Bilal, explain to us, what does this question mean and how do we do it?
Well, it's asking you how to work 3/8, so you work out 8 for 40.
So we do the first one, 40, we divide it by 8 first of all, yeah? And then?
That equals 5, and 12 by 3. 15.
Beautiful. And that answer goes here. Lovely. Next, using your answer from part C, how many boys said English was their favorite? So we know there were 40 kids altogether. Okay, and we know that there were 15 girls who said it was English. So 40 minus 15 will give us?
25.
Are you happy with 25, folks?
Yeah.
Okay, the next one. How many degrees does the segment for English represent? Okay, now I'm going to have to do this. Hang on a second. Now, what was the percentage for the English? What was the percentage? 20%. So we have to work out then 20% of 360. Okay?
Basically.
Hang on a second. Now also, if you think about it, 20% is also what as a fraction? It is 1/5. It's 1/5, isn't it? So we got to work out 1/5 of 360. So 360, if we divide it by 5, is the same as dividing by 10 than dividing by 2. So 360 divided by 10 is 36, and divided by 2. Oh, sorry, divided by 10 then time by 2. Pardon me. Divided by 10 then time by 2. So that will give you 72. That's a quick way of doing it. So 72 pupils, 72 degrees. Okay, that's the end of this video.